Alright, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So I figured today, before I had a goddamn aneurysm or something like that from the last video, I'm gonna take a slight break from trying to hunt blacktail. I'm definitely not gonna go sit in a tree stand today or anything like that. So I figured we'd check out a fishing game that I had. Everyone says Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1 is better than The Angler and Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2, so I figured I'd make a couple videos checking them out a little bit. I have both, why not see how they developed over the last while since I checked them out. I have a strong habit of doing that. We're going to choose our difficulty level. Normal, best for new, realistic, some of the features are disabled, stuff. In the underwater camera, I want to check out the underwater camera. So we're going to, yeah. Use channel name, why not? Welcome to the Ultimate Fishing Simulator. First, take a look at the player tab in the equipment screen, then check out the fisheries. Using the money that you have earned, you can buy better equipment. The ability to use equipment is limited by the player's level. Remember that equipment such as bait or hooks wear out during gameplay and must be replenished. I've never had a hook wear out on me. Alright, I've lost quite a few on rocks, logs, weeds, random shit. I've never had one just wear out. I got $150. This hook is half my money. These better be like some insane hooks. They get expensive quick, don't they? Oh, you can do fly fishing? No shit. Alright, that's pretty cool. Under skills. For every fish you catch, you gain experience. Once you get the right amount of points, your character will advance to the next level. At each level, you get one skill point, which can be used to unlock new skills. You also get access to new equipment and fisheries. Okay, so we're gonna have to level up a little bit first before we unlock some more fishery areas. I'm not sure how many ones come with the base free game. I haven't bought any DLC. Not entirely sure if I'm going to. I mean, Jesus. It's like $5 or $10 for each place. That's my money. That's money. I don't know about spending it on places where I can go fish virtually. Now, do we have to pick and choose, or are we going to be able to get all of these skills down the line? We got a leaderboard. Holy moly. This guy either lives in here. Well, 25. That's gotta be the cap. 285 fish. What? These numbers, I don't know if they make sense. It's caught 285 fish that were a lot. Oh, to the shark. That's a big ass shark. Huh. Interesting. Cool. A trophy room. What? I remember there was an aquarium. That's a DLC as well. That's really a bit annoying. If I was gonna spend money on any of the DLCs, an aquarium's probably gonna be one of the first things I get. So we have a whole trophy room. And a room for the Florida fish. Does each one have like their own special place they go in? Well, damn. Alright, whoa. It's large. I mean, I haven't caught a single fish yet, so I'm not really gonna get to see much going on in here, but I'm impressed. Why is this sort of thing not in the Angler? Even an aquarium room would be amazing. Okay, let's back out of there. You just press escape to get out. Cool. A fishery editor? What? What do you get to, like... Can you make your own map in here, too? Oh my god, you sure can. Alright, that's fairly impressive. At Betty Lake in the winter, we have to be level 2 for that. Level 3, we get Powell Lake. St. Zeno's Lake at level 4. Baikal Lake. Level 5, and in the wintertime, Atchafalaya, Uvak. So, these are all Penis Bay. Penis Bay Ocean. Well, I can't wait to get to Penis Bay. Moraine Lake. Buying a license costs $1. Kariba Dam, Greenland. The Amazon River. Wasn't that one of the ones that was like a DLC sort of thing? Weren't some of these DLC? Florida Keys. So are you still able to go to these places? You just have to spend in-game credits to go? Interesting. Alright, let's go to Betty Lake. Let's go just a normal type. Let's not have other players watching us embarrass ourselves. You can move around the designated area by WASD and mouse, yeah. The keys needed to operate the game are described in the lower left corner of the screen. On the right side of the screen, you will find information of weather and fishing. Explore the area, then go close to the water. Water looks a little funny in the distance there. Some of this looks a little awkward. I would assume, yeah, everything on its highest. This is just what it looks like. The simplest way to throw is the precise cast. Choose a spot and look at it. Looking at the ground may cause the lure to hit the ground. Precise cast can be performed by pressing right mouse button. Alright. What is this, like the whole... Reel the line by pressing left mouse button and extend it by pressing space. Reeling speed is shown in the right corner and can be changed by using the RF keys. You can also quickly reset your cast by pressing Q. Now reel the entire line in. This is a bobber, right? Why are we... Mouse wheel controls drag, RF is reel speed, pump the right click. Far casting can be done by pressing and holding left mouse button. At the bottom of the screen you will see a bar showing you the actual throw strength. Cast the rod and wait for some monster fish. Oh, I see. So you're just kind of like, I gotcha. Send it. What a cast. C, change view. L is flashlight, Z is zoom. Squint our eyes and look at it. And we can check out the GoPro. Interesting. The mouse still controls the holy cannoli. That's a quite a view. When a fish catches a bait, you need to make a strike. You can't do it too early or late because the fish will throw the hook. Press right mouse button to strike. When you strike, the battle begins. Your goal is to fatigue the fish and tow it as close as possible in order to pull it out of the water. Strength and durability of the fish depends on its size and species. The line tension is signaled by the bar on the right side. Gotcha. If it reaches its maximum value, the line will break. Equipment strength is influenced by the parameters of each element, rod, reel, and line. Tension also can't be too low for a longer time, otherwise the hook will slide out. Fish fatigue and equipment tension can be adjusted by reel work, pulling or loosening the line, reel drag setting, moving the rod, pumping. Now try to fatigue the fish and pull it out. Where was the... I said the right, but I feel like that's our drag, isn't it? Is this bottom? I feel like... Shit, yes, the bottom one is the tension. Didn't it say the right? Didn't it say the right? Alright, this isn't the angler. So, how would I see... Wait, the drag was on 0, man. What? He is a monster. Look at the size of him. Fish escape, premature strike, balls. Alright, we got a different fish now at least. He's not some chonky, huge ass. What is going on with the line here? Fish escape, no strike. Yeah, he didn't strike. No one struck. He just stood there derpily making my line bug out. Oh, I think he's interested. You know you want it. A premature strike was in his mouth. Don't lie to me. Well, at least on the plus side, I still have 30 baits of some form, so I'm not wasting them willy-nilly. That's a good sign. What's this dude doing? I think he found something tasty there. Oh, maybe it's, well, the line started bugging out. That was my cue to, that's when to strike him, I guess. Well, damn, look at that. Fish caught can be kept or released. Depending on your decision, you will receive the appropriate amount of money and experience. If this is the first fish or the biggest one of its species you have caught, it will appear as a trophy in the trophy room. So that just happens automatically. So moving the mouse spins them around. So we can release for experience, or sell for money, or keep for trophy room. We have to make a decision. $4 isn't much. Let's just release it for the experience points. There are a few things you must be aware of to attract the attention of fish. Hook size. It must be chosen according to the size of the fish in your current fishing place. Bait and lure type, different species like different baits, weather conditions, the time of day, rain, wind strength, cloudiness. Yeah, luring method, if you are fishing with a lure, there are different fishing methods. You can read about them in the help menu. Tips on the best techniques and baits for each species can be found in the encyclopedia and inventory. Alright, I'm pretty impressed with the variety of fish and locations. Having a trophy room to actually see some of our cool fish is pretty nice. Having an aquarium, even though it says a DLC, I'm gonna knock some points off because of that. Fuck, right, I didn't wait for the line to bug. And it's kind of weird that you have to pay money for that. But I think the biggest gripe that I would have, the VR is a $10 DLC. Why is it a $10 expansion to play this in VR? That doesn't make sense to me exactly, honestly. Alright, we're starting to bring him up here. You gotta pump and reel. Pump and reel. He's coming. He's a coming. Get up here. Come on. There we go. Burbot. And the detail seems a little more. There's a little more detail on these fish. Now that I'm looking at this one up close. It looks really nice. So I think we've automatically gotten 150. Do we have 32 weeks? Yeah, I think we got. Let's. Okay. So we're at 32 experience and we now have $187. Still got a ways to go. I don't think I can adjust the depth on the bait. And change equipment. Yeah, I only have the one. Alright. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure this is... Wow, we're quick. Leaving the fishery. Yeah, I'm pretty certain this little body of water is all there is to this place. Which is alright. We don't really need miles of empty nothingness to be able to do some fishing. Now we got this guy again. I thought he just broke my game, and I didn't realize that was the cue to strike. Say, you just click, it builds up, you let go, click, and click, and pumpkin seed. I mean, also not a monster fish, but no fight, really. They just kind of like want to come up. I've also not really had such an insane success rate with catching fish. See, I'm just let it go, click, and it's building up. Let it go, click, builds up. It's building up. And we don't have to worry about it really anymore. Easier. None of them have really fought or anything. I'm level 2. I didn't even really realize it. We've unlocked this place in the winter. And I mean, that was kind of like the least interesting fishing I might have ever done ever. We got a $100 license to come here in the winter. I'm thinking this just makes you want to like rate DLC. Play it for a dollar. Oh, it just like gave me a little test run thing. You have to spend $100 to get a license to come fish here. Is that every time? So I would also then, I'm thinking, need to buy an ice fishing setup, which is gonna be more money. That would be, that's under the thing over here. Alright, so yeah, I don't have any of $36 for a spoon. I mean, they have a ton of fish in here, but unfortunately, they're kind of uninteresting to fish and expensive. So yeah, that was pretty rapid. That didn't take, what do we get out of that? 20 minutes maybe? Yeah, about 30 minutes. Well, on to the next one. Well, it is a bit unfortunate that as I am singing some kind of high praise for the game, it crashes. A very hard crash that actually turned the computer off, corrupted the video, and it's all lost. All the footage is gone. As I'm doing the outro, talking about all the things that were actually pretty good with this one, it crashes and turns my computer off and destroys the footage. This is one of those things that I was kind of talking about that kind of unfortunate that that's derpy as hell. They always bite. There's not much of a... There's only like one cast in the tutorial that I didn't just guaranteed catch a fish. But the rest of the time, it's been I cast, I catch. We'll just let it go, it doesn't matter. I'm probably not gonna... So the first one had some weird jagged graphics on the outskirts of things. Anti-aliasing was kinda... This one, it's not as bad. There's just a couple of points on the faraway trees and stuff that look a little grody. Don't like that much. In the first one, there wasn't really any fight from the fish. They just kinda loped their way in. This one, they were at least, like, kicking around and doing stuff. Really fighting, going side to side, trying to run out line. There was a couple that I lost. I had to cut the line. It just wasn't happening. We caught some, we put them in the aquarium, and this is where it all broke. So I don't know how I feel about being here, but these are the fish I caught, and let's get out of here before it crashes again. Things are expensive. In the first one, it was a little bit worse in some certain specific ways that I will get into. But at least here at the shop, you know, things are, you get a bundle. But I mean, even the rod and reel combos, it's gonna rack up pretty quickly. Even this first one you're gonna get's $350. You start out with 1,000, but you're not gonna build onto that very quickly at all. Like that fish that I just caught was worth like $1. That's pretty average. The best one I saw was like $12. It was a large fish and a hell of a fight. But for the most part, it's like $3 to $4. That's... at a rate of $3 to $4, that's like 30 fish. I mean, 10, 100? No, yeah, it'd be like 100 fish. You need to catch 100 of those $3 fish to be able to almost afford this rod. That, I mean, by that point, you're not even going to want it, but this is going to cost you so many fish. That's a lot of fish. That takes a lot of $3 fish. And that's just the rod. You haven't got a reel or some line for it, and My god. The numbers add up quick. Real quick. You're joking. My lord. So yeah, your first upgraded rod and reel is about your $1,000 right there. Thank God they start you off with that, because that's going to take a long time to build up to. Including like DLCs in the first one to get any different places to go to. That's some hard-earned money. Each one of those is $5. That adds up quick. Licenses for your in-game currency to go to the different reserves and stuff, $100, that's quite a few fish. You need to catch a lot of fish. The equipment costs, it's expensive. I mean, fishing in real life is expensive, but I mean, if we wanted to expensively fish, and you know, we would just go do that. Its big saving grace is there is a lot of fish. There is a huge variety of fish, and they all look really, really good, but the crashing has really taken away a lot of points. The aquarium and trophy room setup is pretty cool. It's unfortunate in the first one, that's a DLC. You have to spend your own hard-earned real money for something that is part of the base game in here. Albeit, I don't know specifically if that's what caused the crash, but a little concerning. And the stuttering, the random freezes, not a big fan. The multiplayer aspect to it means you're always online. If servers go down, your internet's interrupted, they just stop working on the game, you don't get to play. That is a touch concerning. The other kind of concerning part with this one is it's been a year since I played last. It was July 2nd, 2023, according to my last achievement. We're still in early access, in beta. It's been a year, and we're still in beta, from as far as I remember it. I wasn't that early on, but it's all kind of concerning. Good fish variety. They look really nice. Things work. When they're working, they work well. It looks good. It feels pretty appropriate. But the super hard turning my computer off crash, along with some of the other weird jankiness and issues, and the fact that I could go anywhere, cast within 5 seconds, I'll have a fish on the line. It's not, that doesn't feel right, you know? Like if I just cast out here, you know, reel in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 seconds. Slammed right onto it. And that's like every time I cast out. I know it's gonna be within 10 seconds. I'm gonna get another fish. There's no casts of like, there's no downtime. It's just, you cast, you catch. It's all, I guess, basically just what you really want to try to catch, but it kind of takes away a lot of the fun. Like, in the angler, to cast out dozens of times and catch nothing for a while is maybe a little egregious sometimes, but there's definitely got to be some amount of give and take there. You know, it becomes less fun and exciting to know that I can just come over here. I haven't changed the bait, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna catch something within 10 seconds. Something's gonna bite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see him coming for it. 13, 14, 15. Oh, and I missed it. I just didn't hold it long enough. That was pretty much it. But yeah, it doesn't really feel like fishing in a way. It's a bit of a letdown. Overall, aggregately, I'd give the first one a 5 out of 10. It's, well, dude, I'm gonna give it a 3.9 out of 10. The systems that are there work. It's not terrible. It doesn't look great. The fish don't feel great, but there's a good variety to them, and they look nice. it doesn't feel like we're fishing, you know? This one I want to give like a 6 out of 10, maybe. I mean, the fish just don't feel, this doesn't really exactly feel like fishing either. They're just constantly biting. There's some fight from some of them, but a good chunk of the time they're just not. There's not a whole lot of fight from a good chunk of them. They just kind of walk themselves up to you as well. Some of them occasionally will put up a real fight, but this one was at least able to hold my attention for longer than 30 minutes. And it was nice to see there was ducks swimming around under the bridge that I was at over here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's still here. There is tree limbs and stuff floating by. There's another pile of schmuck over there. Oh, we have binoculars. It said something about a hunter sense, eagle eye, something or other, but I have no fucking idea what it's talking about. Yeah, at least this looks and feels a little more like we've stepped out onto a river to do some fishing. But once you cast out, you no longer really feel like you're fishing. So actually, I almost feel like this might need to come down a little bit lower, considering it's a fishing game and the fishing doesn't feel that great. I put this one at like about, yeah, maybe 6 is fair. It's better than the first one. They feel a lot more fish-like. They're reacting more like fish. It's a bit cleaner. This pop-in that's happening is absolutely filth, but it is what it is. I'm not that concerned about those sorts of things so much in a fishing game. But like these sorts of things, this sort of detail in the underwater currents and stuff is really nice. That is a very good touch. And it makes it feel halfway believable that there's stuff in here. There are things in here. I could really get my lure stuck on one of these trees and lose it. And it's gone. And I have to go buy a new one. Just like I do in real life. Constantly. Yeah, the optimization could use some work. The fish AI in general could use some work. But there's definitely something here. I really liked it. As much as I didn't like it, it's pretty middle ground. Like, if the fish could be tuned up a little bit, maybe make them a little less likely to bite on anything floating around them at all. So there's a bit of a challenge there to land something, and you've actually got to think about the lures and stuff you're using, where you're casting, what you're trying to catch, what time of day it is, things like that, to actually take into account whether or not they are even going to bite for it. Or to have a fish that, it's just not hungry, he's just not interested. None of them really seem to be like that. If it's close to them, cast and catch. Guaranteed. Whenever you cast, you're going to catch a fish. So long as you hold the right clicky thing when you're striking. Otherwise, actually let me cast on land. Interesting. So yeah, all in all, it's not bad. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I see something here that could be nice, but I'm also a little less... It's been a year in early access, a year of beta developments, and it's not like these are insanely massive maps. I don't know the team they have working on it. This is just one guy, very impressive. Even a team of like a dozen people, still pretty damn impressive. Good work, absolutely excellent, but it just doesn't quite feel there, and it's a little disappointing for a year down the line on something I spent $20 on. This is a $20 game. I would have expected things to be a little bit further along. It's nice, they look so nice, but fishing them should feel better. I don't really know how to explain that, but I feel like there's more of an interesting fight with a fish happening in the angler than in either of these ultimate fishing simulators. This one feels better than the first one, but the angler still feels better than both of them. Like you're actually fighting with a fish. And this feels like... I almost feel like I've just put a net out there and I'm just pulling them in. There's no... I haven't had one... I've had one that was too big and pulled out line and I couldn't reel it in. But otherwise, it's not like I've felt super at risk landing a fish. 6 out of 10. Acceptable. Not great. Not terrible. I might check it out again in another year. But if after another 6 months to a year it's still in like a beta, I might just be giving it a hard pass. We need some big things to happen here to really make this feel like a worthwhile purchase. Currently, I don't feel like this is a $20 game. If you find it on sale for like $5, yeah, maybe. Anyways, you guys take care.